So, I filmed the Indianapolis podium pack for 2022 this morning, and it was almost really fitting because Ericsson, who I have right here, almost won. But my guy, beating him in the face, Josef Newgarden has won the Indy 500 finally. It only took me 5 years of waiting, and a lot longer for other people. Anyways, I already reviewed his 2022 car, and we're not going to get his shell car, the promo car, or the regular car for a very long time. So we're gonna review the 2019 car because this is the only other Newgarden I haven't reviewed yet. I have an Elio coming, but that's not really, it's kind of off then. Anyways, yeah, so here's Josef Newgarden's 2019 number 2 Hitachi Chevy for Team Penske. I think he finished 4th actually, 500 in that year, but it wasn't with this car, it was with the shell car, of course. So let's open this up. I am the type of person to not know how I'm gonna cut a box though. Like that's all. Dang it. I messed up how to cut a box. So here is the number 2 car, and I'm just gonna point this off. For some reason, and even back in 2019 when I was watching the races, this number 2, it just, like, the car didn't stand out, but it was the number. I don't know why. I feel like the number's, like, really big on this car. And comparing this to the 2018, it looks the same. So maybe it's just because it's wider than, like, a number 1 or anything, but that's incredible. That's a beautiful car. All right, all my friends are texting me now because my man won the 500. And there's a very interesting video of me reacting to it. I'm never going to show that though, I don't think, because I'm just running around everywhere. Here is the trading card. Yep, there it is. Again, I love these 2019 trading cards. They look good. I don't know why. Take a quick look at the car. Wings kind of sideways actually. Weird. All right, so you got Chevy Hitachi number 2. That's just the Indycar logo, isn't it? Yep. Snap-on, discount tire, Pennzoil, Shell, Dallara. No sponsors on the front end. And I'll compare it to the 2018, but Deviblis, I don't know how you say it. Left after 2017, I think, or 2016, 2018, I don't know. Anyways, I got Newgarden on the headrest. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. I think it was just Shell something that was sponsoring him today. Hitachi number 2 Verizon Speedway Fuel PPG. Chevrolet logo, that's a Firestone logo there, Hitachi, and the number 2. I should mention actually when I'm actually recording this, I think this is probably going to come out. It's going to come out later in the week. It's not going to be released on Sunday, obviously, because I've already released a review. So I'm just going to talk about a lot about this, but I probably should have done this review tomorrow, just so I'm not like non-stop talking about it. But I probably would be anyways. I'm going to move the trading card actually a bit, just up there. Yeah, it's very common to the number 1 car, of course, but this was the only time I think the 2 car was made without the aero screen in this era. So yeah, it was actually because we only had 2 years of it. Yeah. So yes, this was the only version of this car. But honestly, if you're not really a Newgarden fan, I probably would say get either the I would say get the 2019 version of the Hitachi car and get the 2018 Verizon car, because I mean the only difference is the number really. So unless you're really trying to get the numbers right, there's no reason to buy both of them. I bought both of them because I'm a Newgarden fan, so of course I'm going to buy both of them. I'm also going to buy his not his championship car, his Indy 500 car, I think, hopefully. And I'll replace that with the number 1 Hitachi car because I have 2 Hitachi cars up there. I figured I'd have a championship car and a Indy 500 car up there. But yes, it's a basic Penske scheme. There isn't much else to talk. There isn't really much to talk about this car in general. It's the same. I call this the same Newgarden layout almost. It's the same layout for the car. Lately they've been changing up the schemes actually a lot, but at this point, I think almost all of them had the same base. Either you had the full color, like the Stein Pagano and the wheel power, they were all gray for Pagano, or for power, and for Pagano was all yellow. Or you had this design with something like the DXC car, which was, I think, gray on the side or something. It was the same layout though. It's kind of like the Andretti cars, except these cars are a bit inconsistent with it. I remember in 2020 as well, they had that. It was pretty pat down. It was either you ran this kind of layout or you ran the Pagano or power layout, I call it, or livery layout, whatever. Anyways, the din on this is 2,607. All right, yeah. I still don't get the radio steering wheel. Don't know why it annoys me, but it does. But I don't know. It's just it looks nicer, I'd say, than the 2018 car. I think so. I think it also looks better that it doesn't have a LED panel up here. So let's just bring in the 2018 car actually, and we'll compare this. So front end, all the sponsors are the same. The 2 is there. Of course, this was when Verizon was the sponsor in 2018. NDT was the sponsor in 2019 and on. And it's kind of weird that NDT doesn't put their logo on any of the cars, really, except for, well, now it's the McLaren cars, because they sponsor McLaren now. Anyways, yeah, it kind of just feels odd to me. The front nose is a bit different. I don't know if this is just a decal or not, but it's white now, and I think that makes it look better a bit as well. And also no sponsors on the front wings, actually. I think that looks a bit better, actually. Penske Truck Rentals is not on the front plates, and on the wing end, or the end plates, there's no At the back, everything's almost the same, really. They didn't have the Newgarden name, actually, in the 2018 one, but they did on 2019. On the side, there's literally no difference at all, except for, again, like I talked about, the LED panel and the sponsor logo is a bit different, just because, of course, there's a new sponsor coming in 2019. Another thing I actually really like about this is the rear wing. The black rear wing actually looks a lot better. It really does. They really cleaned up this 2019 car. That's just 4 years ago. Jeez. 2019 car, again, it just looks better. Number 2 on the back, the ones on the wing there. And, oh yeah, the Team Penske logo is on the back, like all Team Penske cars. But yeah, there isn't much else that's different. Actually, on this side pod here, I think it's Fitzgerald's. That's actually another odd thing, is that Fitzgerald is not on this car. And in 2019, they were on the car, because I remember Newgarden won at Texas, and it was in the Fitzgerald car. And yeah, that's my proof. I don't know what actually happened to them. They just left after 2019 and everything, because I think they were also sponsoring, Cindric and Xfinity in 2019. Or I think it was 2019 they were doing the mixed runs. But they were sponsoring in 2019, for sure in 17, maybe 18. 18, 19, I'm not so sure about sponsoring in the NASCAR series, or NASCAR. I think they probably ran with, they usually ran with Brad. So, I'm trying to think. I think they ran the 22 a couple of times in 18. I don't know about 19. I don't think they ran with Brad in 19, though, in the Cup Series. So, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed up about that, but yes. And this doesn't have the Indy 500 tires. Big change from this year was we got rid of the ugly red sidewall tires. They put white on them this year. Changes everything. I've been a voucher of this since I think I got the Indycars back in 2020 on day one. I didn't like the red sidewalls. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here's the TK car from last year. And you can see the sidewalls are Firehawk blacks. Or sorry, not blacks, reds. These ones are just Firestones. And the chassis on the 2019 is very loose, actually, on the back. I don't know what's going on there. I'll see the piece on the back is moving a bit. Yeah, okay, so it's just not fully locked in, but I'll survive without that. But yes, I'm glad they got rid of that. Hopefully, Greenlight doesn't mess that up. That'd be a line-out mistake, though. But again, if you don't really have this car, if you don't have the 2018, I'd maybe get this one. If you have the 2018, I wouldn't get this one. Again, the only difference is the number, really. There isn't much else reason to get this car. Again, I always think it's the same opinion, but I feel like this one might be a bit different for some reason on my opinion on it, whether you should buy it. Also, I don't know if you can get this car anymore. Actually, there are a couple sellers. I always get sellers with the box still intact, because I hate it when people just open it up, because then I like having the boxes to put them away. Because say I was ever to store or sell them, and this is the problem with me screwing, this is why I hate messing up the cuts, like this, is when I put the car back in the box, well, if I ever sell an eBay something, I'll tell it open, like it's pretty easy. And then I also put the number 2 there. So it does kind of ruin it, but I don't think people are that mad about it. I don't think there's a way to wash a Sharpie. Maybe you could actually wash that off. I don't know, because it's on like a piece of plastic, but anyways, I always just do that, because then it's easier to put back in and stuff. And yeah, that's just my little rant on that. But again, like I said, if you don't have the 2018, get the 2019. If you have the 19, don't get the 18 or whatever. Anyways, it doesn't make a big difference in the end, because I don't think many people are going to be buying this anymore. Whether or not, though, yeah, I'm a Newgarden fan through and through. This will always be an incredible car for me. This is when he won his second championship and his last championship. It's been 4 years since the Newgarden championship, and he's finished second 3 years in a row. He's winning the championship. He's winning the 500 and the championship this year. And if so, I'm buying both of those cars, and I'm getting rid of the 2019 championship, and I'm getting rid of the 2020 plane, because they're both Hitachi cars, and it kind of makes me mad, actually. But yeah, that's basically it for this. There isn't much else to talk about this car, I'm trying to think. Other than the fact, I think I actually got this for a reasonable price. I think it was only like 35 bucks, I think, shipping it. With shipping and imports and stuff. Yeah, it was. I know that for a fact. But yeah, man, that's about it for the today's video. No, why am I starting my word so much? I am this excited still. I still got the Coke 600, although it's probably gonna get delayed because it's raining. But if not, it's gonna be a really good night. Me and my boys, we've been chatting. We also made a list. I don't know if I think I should share this list. Every year since 2020, we've made a list of what diecast we're gonna get in the podium pack, and we got 2.5 exclusives coming in 2023's podium pack because the Newgarden's kind of exclusive, but not really. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe so you never miss another video. And I'll see you guys all again in the next one. Goodbye.